Ranald Watson from Springbank Distillers, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Campbelltown.
Yes.
Okay, so this is your first time in Quebec City?
It is, yeah. First time in anywhere east of Calgary.
Okay, and did you have any time to visit?
A very short time this afternoon, but not nearly as long as I'd have liked.
Okay, well, maybe you have to come back then.
I would love to.
Okay,
It's very
excellent.
much in the plans.
Did you like the tasting tonight with the Québec Whisky Club?
Yes, really enjoyed it. Lots of relevant questions. Very positive feedback on the whiskey, which was the most important thing.
We had a great lineup tonight.
Mm.
And is there anything? What was unique about Springbank?
Two main things that are unique about Springbank. The fact that we're the only distillery in all of Scotland that does 100% of the production process on site. We malt every single grain of barley that we use to make our whiskies, all malted at the distillery, traditional malting floors. We bottle all of the whisky on site as well. There are some distilleries who do a bit of malting, some do some bottling, but nobody else does every single part of the process. And the other unique thing about Springbank is that it's distilled 2.5 times. Very different to the normal double distillation process you get in Scotland.
Alright, to explain that to us, it's quite a concept.
There's a diagram on our website which explains it better than I ever could.
Excellent, so we refer to that. Could you tell us if there's anything special coming up or any major change that will happen in the near future?
We don't intend to make any major changes in the near future or the long term. As far as possible, we are making whiskey the way it was made 185 years ago when the distillery was first licensed. So the key thing to making Springbank is to keep it the same as it always has been. Don't use modern technology, use people instead of technology to make the whiskey for you. So in terms of production, we don't intend to change anything.
Except like you changed the name of CV lately.
Yeah.
Why is that?
The name CV was slightly confusing for people. What does it mean? Why has it been chosen? And it was becoming a challenge to explain it to everyone.
Okay.
So.
And now we are asking you to explain why you changed it.
Yes. Well, we changed it for two reasons. First of all, the owner of the company, Headley Wright, decided that he didn't want us to bottle whiskey with no age statement on it any longer, which is contrary to what a lot of the whiskey industry is doing now. People are moving towards younger whiskey, no age statement, but he feels that Springbank and Longrow and Hazelburn should almost always carry an age statement. So we had previously bottled a Springbank CV, a Hazelburn CV and a Longrow CV, and he said he wanted to stop doing that. So the CV name was dropped on his orders. It's his distillery, it's his company, so it's his right to do that. What we, or as a sales team, managed to do was persuade him that we weren't bottling Longrow with no age statement just because it was young whiskey. We wanted the flavours, we wanted the whiskey to taste the way it does by including some younger whiskey and some older whiskey. So he said, okay, you can keep doing it as no age statement, but I don't want the CV name anymore. Does it mean Chairman's VAT? Does it mean Curriculum Vitae? Does it mean Cuvée of Vintages? Does it mean Complete Verbiage? So he was determined that we should change it. Yeah.
Okay, stop writing that. Okay. And we had great products tonight. I know it's tough, and I've been told that when asking ambassadors which one is favorite, and they say, oh, it's like asking me, my kids, what's favorite of my kids is, and they can't, or but they finally end up saying. So, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? And you can add history, you can add like anecdotes, you can add whatever.
Yeah. Well, the whiskey that I like to share the most, if you like,
I like that.
is our Springbank 10.
10?
Because it gets to the natural character of Springbank and of Campbelltown, which is very, very important. Whiskies from Campbelltown are generally, historically, have been quite powerful, quite robust, salty, spicy, a little bit of peat. And the 10-year-old is exactly that. The older Springbanks are a little bit more mellow. some people do seem to like those a lot, but the one that I enjoy making an impression on people with the most is the 10-year-old, because that gets right to the core of what set Campbellton off on the whisky path, if you like.
Interesting, interesting. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And you're always welcome in Quebec City to the Quebec Whisky Club.
Thank you. I'll be back.
You.